Hello, everyone. It's Saturday morning, and we are beginning our online week for English 120 Introduction to Literature. I hope you have a good Thanksgiving and that you enjoy what I've worked up for this week. In addition to this video introduction, which I'm recording right now, I'm also posting a narrated PowerPoint. It's the PowerPoint that will introduce the extra discussion we're having to replace the in the classroom teaching and discussion that we would normally do on Wednesday night. The focus for this week, as you know, is in the genre of drama. And I'd like to say a few things about this before you move on to the PowerPoint. Drama is the only form of literature that doesn't really exist until it is performed. With rare exceptions, drama is a performance medium, which is why I suggest that you watch the play you choose, or at least parts of it, before you do the other work that I've expected you to do. Drama is what I call the now genre. By that I mean, when a play is performed, it is happening in the immediate. It is now. It is not a historical novel that is set in the past or a novel set in the future to which you go, so to speak. It is happening in the now. This relates to the concept we discussed briefly last Wednesday night, the willing suspension of disbelief or the willing suspension of unbelief. This is also true of film, but because there is a clear medium in which the action of a film occurs, there's actually more distance than in a theatrical performance. At least I think so. It isn't, so to speak. It doesn't exist until the curtain rises, and as soon as the curtain drops, it's over and gone. So we enter a theater, sit in our seats, and our imagination takes us in a very real way into the world of the drama. Whatever time, location, or atmosphere, characters, all conflict, all the elements of a play takes place in. We go there. The curtain goes up and it's on. The curtain goes down and it's gone. In a sense, we are transported into that world that exists, so to speak, as long as that curtain or the lights or whatever it is up. But it requires an imaginative leap. We've talked about this, a kind of a choice that we make that could be translated like this. I choose to believe, or I choose to lift my disbelief and set it aside for this time and pretend that what I'm watching is really real. So a technical definition of this phrase coined by the English poet Samuel Taylor Coleridge in 1815 during the Romantic era, he called it poetic faith. Essentially, it means that I'm willing to put away my doubt, put away my skepticism for the sake of a good story. It's required for all kinds of narrative literature and relates to that other term we talked about last Wednesday, verisimilitude, that is, believability. This is the author's job, to create a believable environment for the action. But it also requires that we, the audience, that's the willing part of the definition, chooses to put those things aside, even if it's not a conscious thought, even as one writer put it, if that story has crazy, fantastic stuff in it like flying monkeys or talking cars. He said that suspension of disbelief is especially important when reading or viewing novels or plays in Gothic literature or science fiction or in fantasy, where some weird stuff is bound to go down. Example? Yes, we know that vampires don't exist, or at least we think they don't exist. But the Twilight series is still a guilty pleasure, and we know you're willing to dive in headfirst and immerse yourself in their supernatural world. Now that we've reached this point, I want you to direct you to the PowerPoint that you'll find in connection with this. and follow through on that, listening to my recorded comments as you go through the slides. I'm setting this up as a class discussion, so I expect a pretty healthy interchange around this topic when we get there. So we'll be in conversation on Moodle. Go there when you've watched what I'm doing right this minute and watch the narrated PowerPoint, and then go to the discussion section on Moodle. Okay? See you there. I won't see you until a week from Wednesday night, so I hope you have a very happy Thanksgiving. See you then. Bye-bye.